はい、それでは本日ですね、SIUK のウェビナーにご参加いただきまして、誠にありがとうございます。はい、本日のウェビナーがですね、クランフィールド大学、スクールオブ、少々お待ちくださいませ。クランフィールド大学スクールオブマネジメント経営学 MSc コースについての、ウェビナーとなります。本日はですね、コースディレクターであるレイラ博士ですね、がトップクラスを誇るクランフィールド大学スクールオブマネジメントの経営学 MSc コースのカバーするトピック、3ヶ月のインターンシップ制度、スペインでの1ヶ月の研修をはじめとする同コースの詳細の内容ですね、そして将来のキャリアにどう影響していくのかをお話しいたします。でまた本日はですね、現役の大学生、そして卒業生にもパネリストとしてご参加いただいておりますので、プレゼンテーションが、フィラ先生のプレゼンテーションが終わった後に、体験談等ですね、お話をしていただく機会となっております。はい。で、本日のセミナーなんですけれども、YouTube と同時配信となっておりますので、皆様ですね、お名前等は後ほど変更させていただきます。また、マイクですね、オンにすることができませんので、ご質問等ある場合は、チャットボックスの方にご質問をしていただけましたら、セミナー終了後ですね、私の方で質問を読み上げさせていただいて、ご質問をさせていただきますので、よろしくお願いいたします。またカメラもですね、オンにはできない設定になっているかと思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。はい、それではですね、セミナーを開始していきたいと思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。Leila, could you start presentation?
Yeah, thank you very much. So hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Dr. Leila Alingian. I'm a senior lecturer and the course director of the MSc in Management. I am joined with two wonderful ladies, Neganetra Reddy, one of our current MSc Management student, and Lin Lei, one of our MSc Management alumni. So I'm going to start by giving you a bit of background into the course content and structure, the purpose of the MSc in Management here at Cranfield. And I like to use most of the time really to talk to you about the unique features of the course. And then I'll invite Lin and Neganefra to reflect on their experience of studying MSc Management here at Cranfield. Okay, perfect. So I've got a presentation. So let me just share my slides with you. Perfect. I hope that you can all see my screen. Excellent. So MSc in Management has been ranked top 5 in the UK over the last 5 years. We've been ranked 6th in the UK by the recent QS ranking and 28 in the world. And we really believe that these rankings reward and highlight, some of the unique aspects of the course, such as internships, international experience, career prospect, that I'd like to talk to you about. Our MSc in Management is aimed at early career professionals, individuals who are at the start of their career and want to sort of develop their knowledge and skills in the space of management before taking their first professional roles. So we have one aim and one aim only, and that is really to equip you with practical skills and knowledge that you would need to tackle complex business challenges. And really to sort of prepare you for your demanding future managerial roles. So to ensure that sort of practical orientation, our course is co-designed with senior professionals, industry advisors, who are advising us how we can keep the course relevant. And you really experience a sort of a blend of theory and practical application through, simulations, consulting, competitions, and project work. The course also gives you the opportunity to gain some valuable work experience through a 3-month internship that I'm going to speak to you more on that. Also to say that the MSc Management at Cranfield is accredited by the CMI, Chartered Management Institute, and that's the only professional body in the UK that is dedicated to promoting the management excellence and leadership. So our graduates would gain a qualification from CMI, and that would be something that would really help them to sort of stand out in the crowd, in this sort of competitive market, along with the MSc degree. To just give you a bit of background into the structure of the course is organized in 4 terms, and it features a blend of, core modules as well as the elective modules. So we cover a wide range of topics from economics and finance, strategy, marketing, operations, organizational behavior, management consulting, all the way to more perhaps softer topics in management and leadership, such as people management or effective cross-cultural management. Our students would also have choices. So they would have a choice of 2 electives to select from a range of elective modules. And this is a chance for them to sort of, gain in-depth knowledge into an area that perhaps Cranfield is well known for, such as supply chain management, project management, entrepreneurship, in line with their future career aspirations. And basically term 4 is dedicated to thesis and internship. And I'm going to talk to you more on that in a moment. Okay, brilliant. So I hope that kind of give you a bit of background into the structure of the course, into the content of the course. But as I said, I would like to sort of highlight some of the kind of the unique features of our MSc Management here at Cranfield. And these unique features are all informed by 3 key principles that we really believe in that sort of shape the design of our course. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our approach and philosophy to teaching, learning, and development, and those 3 principles that really inform the design of the course: practice-based learning, international learning, and co-creational learning. So at Cranfield, we believe in learning by doing. We believe that learning would be reinforced if the students get exposure to the real management problem and have the opportunity to apply what they learn in the classroom. So throughout the course, we will organize a number of games and simulations for students to be able to kind of practice what they learn in a sort of a theoretical sense. So as part of the supply chain management module, project management module, sustainability module, you will be playing a number of simulation games. For example, in supply chain, it's a module that we're running at the moment. The student will gonna play a simulation, supply chain business game simulation, where they will be managing a fashion retail supply chain, and they are making a number of decisions throughout the simulation game, and they can see the impact of those decisions on the overall profitability of the supply chain. And the game tries to sort of replicate, the 24/7 dynamic environment that supply chains managers under. So we try to kind of replicate those settings for the students to be able to apply what they learn. Another highlight of the module in terms of practice-based learning is a module called Management Consulting. And this is a chance for you to actually do a real-life consulting project with an organization whose executive will be meeting with you. So the students have a few weeks to understand the problem, to gather relevant data, use appropriate frameworks and tools, and more importantly, come up with innovative, pragmatic, achievable solutions. So in the past, for example, we worked with Ernst & Young, where students studied how they can engage millennial in the workplace. We worked with Citigroup, we worked with Baker Hughes, the technology energy giant, on the notion of complexity thinking in leadership and management. So last year we worked with Korn Ferry, the management consulting headquartered in Los Angeles, and the students looked at the market perception of the succession offerings of Korn Ferry. So we've got Lynn on the call. She might be able to sort of reflect on her experience of working with Korn Ferry. But the students done a fantastic job that the company wanted to receive their CVs to kind of engage with them for future sort of employment opportunities. And actually one of the students managed to secure the employment with Korn Ferry last year. So the most important kind of feature of the course that really reflects and encapsulates that practice-based learning is the 3 months internship that the student do every summer between June and August. And we see internships really as a continuation of what people learn on the course, as an opportunity for them to get exposure to the reality of management challenges, but also as an opportunity to apply what they learn throughout the course. I mean, on top of that, more and more organizations would see internships as a talent pipeline. So they often would want to see the students in action for a few months before they're offering them the full-time employment. So it's a good chance to kind of gain some work experience in the UK market, especially for our international students who don't have a network in the UK. That can be a good platform for you to sort of develop that network, and it can help with your career prospect. So we work with a number of organizations around the country and internationally, and we develop some project briefs based on the problems that the organization is experiencing at the time. So we're very much problem-led. So we want to be able to solve, one of the real life management problems through those internships engagement. So we advertise the opportunities to our MSc management students. They get to see the project, they apply, they get shortlisted, they are invited for interviews. And I think that process itself would really prepare you for that, the job market, regardless of the outcome of the internship, the fact that you have to work on your CV, the fact that you have to prepare for the interview and receive feedback would really prepare you for that sort of job application process, and really help you to sort of develop the emotional resilience that you would need to be able to kind of engage in that aspect of the job. So in addition to sort of the formal teaching and learning, we also promote and encourage our students to participate in student challenges and competitions. And this is a chance for them to sort of work with people beyond the discipline of management, and again, engage with another organization to help them to solve one of their real life problems. So over the last few years, our students participated in the Unilever Innovation Accelerator Challenge. And we had a MIM students on the winning team every year, basically since 2018, really. So last year, for example, Lin and her team won the runner-up prize in the Accelerator Challenge. Neganethra is participating in the challenge. Her team's been shortlisted for the final pitch. So it's a really good experience to work with people from different disciplines and understand how you can engage with them and challenge their perspective and learn from them, really, but also receive mentorship from the Unilever executive and contribute to one of the real practical problems. Okay, so that was kind of our first principle, practice-based learning. And you can see the range of internships that the students secured last year. 100% of our students managed to secure an internship, the students who are seeking for an internship. And we work with all sorts of organizations, large or small. It really depends on the students' sort of aspiration and where they want to kind of develop their career. Sometimes a smaller environment is more appropriate for the students to be able to make an impact and influence and talk to senior management team. Some students prefer to work with large corporates and they sort of enjoy navigating their way through, a multiple layer, corporate culture. So I put an asterisk for the organization who actually offer the full-time employment upon the completion of internship. As I said, companies would want to see the students in action before offering the full-time employment. Okay, fantastic. So our second principle is about international learning and international experience. So we really believe that multicultural environments can actually help our students to, learn new ideas faster, comprehend new concepts better. It would prepare them for the, all-inclusive global industry, because no matter where you're going to be working after the course, you need to be able to interact with people from different, nationalities and backgrounds. So this is very important to us. So that's why the MSc in Management offer the opportunity, the unique opportunity actually to the students to spend 1 month in Spain. So this year we are taking our students to Spain to study 2 of their compulsory modules, management consulting and effective cross-cultural management. That's a chance to sort of for them to kind of immerse themselves into the Spanish culture and learn about the theoretical knowledge. So one of the modules that the students studying in Spain is called effective cross-cultural management. The module is outstanding in a sense that it often takes place in Granada or in Spain. And it gives the students the opportunity to fully immerse themselves into the Spanish culture, why they learn about the issues arising from working with people from different cultures, both in domestics and international setting. Because we believe as a future manager, as a future leader, you are much better placed to be able to make a change in your organization or implement a strategy if you have a good understanding of different people's background, values, mindset, perspectives, styles. So if you have that understanding, that will enable you to sort of bring everyone together and achieve your goals. So it's really important for us to develop that capability in you to understand, different values and different preferences and the underlying underpinning assumptions that people often have. It's a lot of fun. We're really looking forward to this trip this year. And if you want to sort of learn from the student experience, we've got a student blog as well that you can go and have a look. Also from this year, we are offering the unique a sort of opportunity to our students to learn about a second usefully commercial language course, often a Spanish, because that's sort of prepare them for the Spain trip. And it's a chance to sort of be able to learn how to you can hold simple, business conversations when you're visiting a company and so on. So the focus is on speaking rather than writing, but by the completion of the course, we are hoping that the students are able to, hold really simple conversations, which can help them with mobility, but also, with relationship building and so on. Okay, fantastic. So the third principle and the third sort of layers that really inform the design of our MSc management course that we really believe in and passionate about is something that we call co-creational learning. So we believe that the students actually play a really active role in the learning process. So we don't see learning as a one-way knowledge transfer, but we see the students at the heart of the learning process in terms of proactively searching, findings, assembling knowledge through various sources. So we really believe that there are three fields of knowledge. So the first field of knowledge is the knowledge that we bring to the classroom as faculty members at Cranfield, based on our experience of working with organizations and companies, but also based on the research that we do and the knowledge that's been accumulated over the years. So you might think that's the kind of the only body of knowledge when you think of a higher education institutions. But we believe that there is a second equally important body of knowledge, and that is the knowledge that you would bring to the classroom, because each of you got a different, set of experiences. You grew up in a different context. You have different work experiences, and we want you to come to Cranfield ready to contribute and bring the knowledge that you have and share it with others. Because it is only then that we can achieve the third body of knowledge, and that is the co-created knowledge, which is very unique to each learning experience. So I get excited when I go to any classroom, because I know that we're going to be creating a new knowledge that I haven't seen before, because people are different, the reflections are different, the perspectives are different. So we really believe that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So we want to sort of encourage that practice for people to participate in that knowledge creation exercise, so that we can achieve something greater. The way we sort of achieve this is through various practices. So obviously, we are designing our lectures in a very interactive manners. So we engage the students in the discussion. We expect them to sort of participate and engage in a conversation with their peers, but also with the faculty. So the faculty members sort of facilitating those conversation and discussion to be able to kind of, combine reflections, as I said, from around the class. So often, you will be given a case study to read or some pre-reading, and we want you to come to class and reflect and share your thoughts. So the design of our lecture is very participatory, and we are encouraging participation. So we don't expect the student to just sit and listen to what we have to say to them. We expect them to be actively involved in that learning process. The second way that we really achieve co-creational learning is through the notion of learning teams. So we put the students in different learning groups, and it's a group of students who kind of work together, and they achieve their goals through dialogue, share routine, through collaboration. So we try to sort of assemble a diverse group of students based on their kind of background, nationality, gender, and so on. And this is kind of your, you're really a support system that can help you throughout the year to achieve your goals. It would challenge you, definitely, because people are different, their style of work is different, the background is different, but we believe that the very same challenges actually would bring the largest rewards, because it would give you a safer space to practice and understand how you can impact other people. So you learn a great deal about yourself. You learn a great deal about your leadership style and how you kind of interact with people. But also you learn about different kind of styles of work and different people with different sort of values and assumption. And you learn how you can sort of motivate other individuals and engage with them when they are from a totally distant kind of a mindset. So these are all practices that really, as I said, prepare you for your future career. So as I said, we've got one aim, and that is to prepare you for future. And we really believe that, working in a learning team and working with a team would really help us to sort of achieve that goal. Okay, fantastic. So I hope those three principles and the kind of the features that I highlighted kind of given you a bit of background into how Cranfield MSc in Management is unique and different, and you sort of learn better about our philosophy and approach to teaching, learning, and development. So what I'd like us to do now, I'd like to sort of invite our guests to come in and reflect on their experience that they had on the course. So Lin, would you like to join us and tell us a little bit about your experience of studying an MSc in Management? So Lin is one of our great alumni, as I mentioned. So she completed her study last year. So yeah, over to you, Lin.
Thank you, Leila, for giving this presentation. I feel like I just had a literature review of our course, which is, has really aroused some wonderful memories. So, hi everyone, my name is Ling, and I studied in MSc Management in 2020 to 2021. And I'm from China, and I was Chinese Tribunal Scholar of 20 and 21. So I'm going to start with the reason why I chose this program, and then I'm going to talk about my the differences I experienced during my study on this course, and I'm going to mention some of the highlights I had at the end of this course. So before coming to Cranfield, I worked in banking industry for 11 years, and I worked as a credit analyst. So I was very interested in business model, strategy, this sort of thing. And sorry, that's my son. Okay. Okay, so when I won this Tribunal scholarship, I was actually looking for a course which could deepen my business understanding and supplement some of the business theories in my system. So when I found Cranfield, I feel like it's very this is a very practical program, because most of the lecturers and classmates may have some real world experience, and actually it turns out what Leila told us was true, because the way you taught is very practical, and the assignments, it feels like a real business plan you will need when you were in one company. So sorry, I'm back. So basically, Cranfield has a very good reputation in UK's education system. You can find all these rewardings, tables on the website. So, for me, there was basically the practical-based learning that makes me choose this program. And one of the biggest difference I experienced is on the difference of education system. So in Asia, especially in Eastern Asia, I feel like we have a lot of things, a lot of contents to memorize, and we basically come to the right conclusions very quickly in our education system. But in Cranfield, you will have to do a lot of reasoning and literature review. You have to do a lot of critical thinking before you coming up with some solutions. Actually, the process of your reasoning is equally important as the solutions you come about at the very end. So I feel like this is like one of the major cultural difference I had at the beginning of the course. But looking back now, I feel like this is a very important element in my experience, because this is not just useful in your in a way you learning new things or education. It's also can be applied in the way you're thinking about basically like my career, your job hunting, or a great decision you has to make. And the second difference I had is the environment. So Cranfield is in Greater London, but it's somehow remote from the big cities. So it's very quiet. And in Eastern Asia, I think the population density is very different from what I had in the UK. So in that year, what I feel is like it's a very peaceful environment, and there were not so many distractions from big cities. So I have a lot of time to not just to study, but also to talk to people from different cultural background. I have very good connections to people from different countries. And that kind of broaden my vision, broaden my eyes, broaden my vision in these social aspects. That was very different from Asia, because you live in a big city and you might have a lot of distractions or sometimes noises from the big city and the people around you. The next thing I want to talk about is some of the highlights. So, for example, Leila, you just mentioned the management consulting course where we cooperate with Conferry. We help them to solve one real management problems. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was very challenging thing we had. But the good thing is management consulting is like an integrated module. This is where you're going to use the knowledge you learned in marketing, operation, strategy, in every different modules you had before this one, and to talk to the company to understand where their problem is, and then you're going to use your knowledge, the techniques to solve their problems. This is very good practice when you have gone through all the modules in the previous terms. And like Leila said, this is like a bridge to your future career, because as far as I know, one of our colleagues, one of our cohort has got into Conferry after this module. So this is a real benefit that everyone can strive for. The next one is Unilever challenge Leila talked about. So I was teamed with my colleagues from Italy, from Germany, and everyone has very different backgrounds. Some are very good at marketing, some are very good at logical thinking, and some has engineering background, and they are very good at analyzing the data. So from this challenge, we initiated a global survey and sent it out to 5 different countries in 5 different languages, and we've got like over 600 responses globally, and that was a really it was kind of surprising because you can see the different mindset from Eastern audience and the Western audience. And I remember at the end, our solution was, although it's not a short-term plan, but a long-term plan, has 3 different phases to help the company to gradually educate the consumers and foster the market and transform their products. So we won the runner-up prize of this game, and I remember they have offered some replacement opportunities for Unilever's local company. So that is also a good chance to make some really good progression in your career. So overall, I feel like this module is was really practical from the very beginning, and you can really take the chance to speed up in your career progression. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lyndon, for sharing your reflections. I hope the students found it very helpful. So Neganethra, would you please come off mute and tell us a little bit about your experience? So Neganethra is one of our current students who is completing the course at the moment.
Thank you, Leila. Hi, everyone. My name is Naganethra Reddy. First of all, it's great to speak to people from Japan, all the way from the western part of the globe till the eastern part now. I could give you like a quick overview of how the modules are going on right now. Well, firstly, I would like to talk about how each module is designed. I come from an architecture background, and a lot of people on the course have no connection with the business and the management side of things. So I was a bit scared for some modules like accounting and finance, who are very alien to me. These modules are structured in such a beautiful manner that they tell you right from the start, even if you have like no knowledge about it. And now I can like comfortably read financial statements of different companies and understand their current positions. So I think if you're worried that there are modules on the course that you will not understand or anything, I would say that don't worry. The course directors and all the professors are very well aware that we don't know everything. So you are very neatly guided through the course. Secondly, I will talk about the diversity, not just in the course, but the whole campus. Sometimes I'm friends with some people who I don't even know where the country is on the map, so I have to like Google and find out where the country is. And it's so amazing the way they speak, just learning what their culture is. And just yesterday, I was having a conversation with Leila that the learning happens through the conversations you have with them. A lot of learning happens when you observe some people, and you realize that something, if you do it the way they are doing, you could be better at communicating or better at leadership or anything else. So the diversity, like even Lin mentioned, like in the Unilever challenge, she was teamed up with different nationalities. This year, I'm also taking part in it. And in our team, we have, again, right from Colombia all the way to Indonesia. So we are a really diverse team that way. And the points that they bring up, the program has taught me to accept different ideas other than my own. I feel like I'm not just thinking about the Asian context anymore. There are more perspectives to consider. And lastly, I would like to talk about the internship and about Spain. I think those are like the biggest plus points of the course. I understand Lyndon and another batch could not go to Spain because of COVID. I feel we're lucky to have the opportunity this time. And just going to another country for 1 month and living there and working on 2 modules there is absolutely brilliant. It feels like I applied for 1 country, but I'm learning in 2. So that's a brilliant experience, and you should definitely weigh it against other options you are considering. And for internships, in MSc Management, we study a lot of modules like marketing, operations, consulting. So I understand that we do not have a clear picture of what specialization we want to do. And the internship is a very beautiful transition period where you can explore if that particular area is good for you or not before really jumping into the job in September. And this, for me, was the biggest point why I chose MSc in Management at Cranfield. As I'm sure everyone is in the same mindset of comparing universities with the same areas, but I think these two stand out for Cranfield. I hope all of you weigh your advantages and make the right choice. And I hope to see you all at Cranfield soon. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Naganethra. That was very useful. Okay, great. So is there any questions on the chat, Hiroshi, that you might want to read?
Yes, we have a couple of questions, and then the first question is I'm going to read out the question. Is the Unilever Innovation Challenge only for MSc Management? That's the first question.
No, so the challenge is open to everyone at the university, not just the School of Management, but also other technical schools, School of Aerospace, Manufacturing and Transport, but also our School of Agriculture and Water. So no, it is open to, and I think that's part of the reason that we encourage a student to take part in the challenge, because we want them to sort of stretch themselves and work with people from other disciplines. So as Lin and Naganethra has mentioned, it's about the ability to be able to work with people with an engineering background or science background and bringing the kind of the management knowledge. So no, it is open to everyone at the university.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I think one of the criteria for building a team is that you must have presence from different schools on the team. So you must actually build a cross-disciplinary team in a sense.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we have another question. And are all students eligible to take part in this competition?
Yeah, so everyone's eligible. So that's open to, all students at Cranfield. So we generally very passionate about kind of promoting and encouraging students to take part in student challenges and competitions. So I often highlight, opportunities that are also available, externally, not just the one that actually takes place at Cranfield, but generally any opportunity, because there are a number of, national and international challenges and competitions that the students take part. There was this ABC, for example, Cup that some of the students got shortlisted for the first round. So there are many challenges, and every student who is studying for a master's degree in the UK is eligible to take part. So we had another one last year called 1 month shadowing a CEO for 1 month at Adecco, which is an HR consulting company. It's an external competition. So one of our students attended and he won the runner-up prize for that competition as well. So yeah, I think generally competitions are open to everyone. It's just a matter of being able to kind of juggle the work that you do, for the modules and assignments with the external activities. But because we think they are equally important, we really give the students a space and we encourage them to take part. That's a really good thing to put on their CV. But also, I think more importantly, as you heard from Lyndon and Naganethra, it's a really good learning experience, in my view.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's all for now. Do you still have anything to talk about, about university or anything?
So yeah, I can say a few words about the careers and the types of job that the students sort of take upon the completion, and maybe we give our audience more time in case they have any questions. So in terms of the types of job that the students kind of secure upon the completion of the course, As you can see, we've got good sort of employment rate. So in terms of the percentage of the students that actually secure a job upon the completion of the degree, often around 90% of our students secure a job within 3 months after the exam board. And as you can see, they kind of join a wide range of organizations, really. So from management consulting, likes of PwC, Accenture, KPMG, Deloitte, but also sometimes some of the specialized consulting companies, companies that are kind of focusing on a specific, function, such as supply chain or marketing. So 4C Associate, for example, is a procurement consulting company based in London that often, offer internships to our students, and they offer a full-time employment upon the completion. But you can see there's a sort of wide range of, interest and, different career paths, really, from manufacturing to service and banking and venture capital. So yeah, the students sort of join different organizations. So I sort of listed some of the names, for example, from our class of 2020 in terms of the types of companies that they joined. Again, Capgemini was one of our students who completed his internship at Capgemini in Paris, and who received the full-time employment after the course. Same with Ocado, which is an online supermarket, online retailer in the UK. Again, we engaged with them as an internship provider, and then they offered the employment afterwards. So yeah, it really depends on, what is it that the student would want to sort of get out of this. Sometimes it's a career transition. Or, I remember Lin, because she had the experience of working in a corporate for a very long time. For her internship, she wanted to sort of experience a new environment and a new setting. So intentionally, she chose to work in a startup, a smaller organization, to kind of get a feel of how it feels like to sort of work in that sort of setting. So yeah, it's a sort of a diverse range of opportunities that are available. And if the students have any questions, so they can engage with our current students or alumni. We have a fantastic alumni community and students who are really supportive and very kind, really, to help with answering the questions of prospective students. They often get approached, but they very kindly take the time to answer, to kind of share their experience and help others. We also have a student blog if the student would want to sort of go and have a look and learn about the student's experience firsthand. So this is also the class of 2020 in terms of class profile. We had the gender balance class. This year we have about 37% female and the rest are male, slightly more male dominated, but we really work hard to kind of keep the gender balance. If you have any questions about the admissions, about the requirements, eligibility, so the best thing is to contact a study SOM at cranfield.ac.uk. Our colleagues at the admissions team are very helpful to kind of get back to you with any queries that you may have, and sometimes they forward to us as course directors, and we can help if you have any queries about the eligibility or the process of application.
Yes, thank you very much for your presentation. Okay. はい、ですね、それではもしご質問等あれば、チャットボックスの方に、質問をしていただけたらと思います。Anything else you want to talk about in this webinar, like from Sherry or Lydia, or are we going to go to the Q&A session from now?
Yeah, so I think that's it from us, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. If there are any. Yes.
Okay. I just got one question from the student. What is the difference between MSc Logistics and Supply Chain and MSc Management in the supply chain field?
Right. So MSc Management is a general management degree. So as Neganethra has mentioned, so the students get exposure to a wide range of topics in management, from accounting, finance, economics, marketing, operations. So supply chain is one of the elective modules. So they also have an opportunity to gain in-depth knowledge into supply chain management. But the idea is to sort of expose them to a wide range of management topics so that they can sort of decide which of the function is the one that they want to sort of pursue their career and they want to sort of become an expert in the field. MSc in supply chain and logistics is very much a specialized master. You just go into the field of supply chain and you learn about various components in the supply chain, such as analytical techniques, warehousing, supplier relationship management. So it is very specialized master into the field of supply chain. Whereas MSc management is a general master. It gives the students opportunity to learn about a wide range of different topics in management, and sort of decide which one is the one that they really want to kind of go deep. And the other difference is the internship opportunity. So we have the internship opportunity at the MSc management so that they can explore that space in more depth with an organization.
Thank you very much. はい、そうですね。はい、もし他にご質問等ありましたら、お気軽に、チャットボックスの方に、ご質問いただけたらと思います。はい、そうですね。So actually, we don't have any other questions for now, but can I ask some questions? As a counselor, we get some questions when they apply for university. And then I think now a lot of students are quite interested in getting a job in the UK because the students completing degree in the UK will be eligible to apply for graduate visa. So if the student do your courses and then do the internships, that means maybe it's going to be easier for them to get the job in the UK after completing a job. Is my understanding right?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, as I said, the internships its benefit is kind of twofold. It helps with their learning and give them a context to apply what they're learning to practice, but also it helps with their job prospect because, as I mentioned, the employers would see this as a talent pipeline because they want to see the students in action for a few months to get a feel for how it feels like to work with them or whether they are a fit for the organization culturally, but also in terms of the technical expertise. So yes, that's why we have many sort of employment and job offers to the students after they're completing their internship. So in a sense, yeah, it would help with the career prospect. And it also helps them with their network. So sometimes they don't secure a job with that organization, but they kind of, through that organization, they kind of expand their network and learn from another opportunity, which they can land later on. So yeah, that's very true. It helps with the career prospect, in my view.
Thank you very much. はい、今質問した内容がイギリスで学位を得た場合、グラジュエットビザと呼ばれる就労ビザを取得することができるようになるんですけれども、こちらのグランフィールド大学のコースでインターンシップをすることによって、そういったネットワークを作ったりですとか、仕事を経験して、それによって、そうですね、雇用のチャンスが生まれるとか、っていうようなことがありますので、やっぱりビザを取得できる、プラス仕事を得るっていうことはもう一つ大変なことだと思うんですけれども、そういったインターンシップをすることによって、そういったジョブオファーを得る、可能性というのは非常に上がるということですので、本当におすすめのコースかなと思います。はい。そうですね。
Can I also add something here regarding to students try to find a job here in the UK? Because Cranfield is really good at this because we ourselves, we have 2 job fairs held in the Cranfield campus twice every year. So because we work closely with the companies, so we have a very good reputation among the companies. So the company, they themselves come to the campus to recruit our students directly. And in these job fairs, our students will be able to speak directly to the HRs or the people from the company. And this gives them a better chance to find their jobs in the UK.
That's a great thing. はい。 そうですね。クランフィールド大学では2つのジョブフェアというものを行っていまして、そこで、多くの企業が来るということで、学生さんと直接お話をして、で、そこで、なんていうんですかね、オファーのチャンスを得ることができるということですので、そういった意味でも本当にクランフィールド大学、企業からもいい評価を得ている大学になりますので、イギリスで就職をしたいということであれば、この大学のMSc マネジメントとかいうようなコースは非常にお勧めというようなことになりますね。はい。そうですね。あとは、so if my understanding are correct, the students from various kinds of background can apply for this program, right? And then I just would like to know, if you have something that you should have studied a little bit before joining the course, so if you have anything I should have studied something this. So is there any advice for future students?
As you said, we accept applications from talented candidates with all sorts of backgrounds. So from engineering, science, social sciences, political sciences. So we're very open because we would like to have that sort of diversity of background and diversity of thinking. In terms of preparation, I'd say we kind of take the students on that journey. So we don't assume any kind of pre-knowledge. So they don't need to sort of prepare in any sense. But what I would say is that we would want them to come to Cranfield with an open mind, right? With that sort of idea to kind of for the perspectives to be challenged, but also for them to challenge other people's perspective. So we want them to be kind of active and participate in that knowledge creation exercise. So be open to new ideas, be participatory, rather than just absorbing the knowledge, contributing to creation of the knowledge. The other thing is I want them to come to Cranfield ready to not to be taught management, but also to do management. So they need to be very hands-on with the exercises, with the projects, with the internship. So with that mindset that it is not just absorbing theoretical knowledge, but it is about applying them into a context whilst they are with us before they start their new job. So I hope that answers the question. So I don't know, Neganethra or Lennon, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, can I add a little something? Because I had the same question before joining Cranfield. That do I have to do something, some sort of preparation before joining? So I did speak to a lot of alumni before joining, and they told me exact same thing, what you're saying, Leila, that you need an open mind to accept what everyone else is saying, and then put in your views as well. But I dropped an email, I remember, to you and Michael asking if there's something that I can read before coming here. And I got I got the reading list actually. But I understood that even if I hadn't read it, the learning experience would not be disturbed with or without reading. So just what's important is to express what you feel instead of just keeping quiet. It's important to engage in the module. That's when the learning would happen. And I have a quick question. I just wanted to drop a link to my LinkedIn if they have more questions. If I do it on the chat, will it go to the students?
Yeah, I can pass it
okay.
to the student. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to add up to that question because I feel like one of the most valuable thing about this program is it's so inclusive. People from engineering background, people study mathematics or even arts or language. For me, I study language in bachelor's degree. But no matter what you learned before, you can always study management from your perspective. And what really matters is you spend time to go through the literature. You spend time to research into your the questions you want to solve. This is very much important, even more important than what you learned before. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your answer. そうですね、今質問した内容として、マネジメント、このコースがどのような、いろんな分野のなんていうバックグラウンドの方が入学できるというものなんですけど、コースに入る前にどういったことをしておいた方がいいのかっていう質問だったんですが、基本的にはコースの方でしっかりとなんていうんですかね、ガイダンスとかしっかりあるので、もちろん事前にリーディングリストとか、なんかこういった文献を読んだ方がいいですよっていう情報を得ることはできるんですけれども、実際に読んでなかったとしても、しっかりとそういった指導をしてくれるというところですね。はい。なので、しっかりとそういったカリキュラムがしっかりとしているので、ちょっと不安に思っている方でも、本当に、なんていうんですかね、しっかりと取り組んでいただくことができるということで、本当にオープンマインドで、入っていただけたらということになりますね。あとは、そうですね、本当アクティブに、いろいろチャレンジ精神を持って、取り組んでいただくということが大事になってくるということですので、ご自身のバックグラウンドがビジネスとかマネジメントではない場合でも、しっかりと勉強していくことが可能なカリキュラムが組まれていると、またそういったサポート体制が組まれているということになりますので、ぜひご検討いただけたらと思います。On top of this, do you expect students to have kind of a topic for dissertation before applying for your program, or do you expect anything?
No, not really, because the thesis, actually, that's a good question, because the thesis is linked to the internship project that they will be doing. So basically, they would write the thesis at the back of the internship topic, and the internship topics actually come from the companies. So the companies suggest the topic, suggest an area that they want to explore or they want to expand and they want to go deep. And the thesis topic is in line with that area that they worked during their internship. We also have an alternative route for the thesis. In case anyone could not secure an internship, or for whatever reason they choose not to do an internship, they can write a traditional thesis. And the traditional thesis can be on any topic that they learn throughout the course, from marketing, supply chains, HR. So we would allocate a supervisor who is an expert in that space. They would define the topic in collaboration with the supervisor. So it wouldn't be something that we expect them to have in mind. But when they start the course towards the internship, if anyone's not pursuing an internship, we would engage with them to explore their interest to be able to allocate supervisors for the thesis.
Okay, thank you. はい。出願をする際に、修士論文のテーマを決めておいた方がいいのかっていう質問をちょっとしてみたんですけれども、必ずしもそういうわけではなくて、もちろんあった方がいいっていうのはあるかなとは思うんですけれども、なくてもいいということと、あとはそういったシーセスのテーマっていうのは、そのインターンシップと関連しているものでもあるので、実際インターンシップが決まってからとか、実際にコースに入ってから、そういったものを決めていくっていう形でもいいということにはなるということのようですね。あとは、もしインターンシップをしないという選択をすることになった場合は、そういった修士論文をするというような選択肢もあるということですので、はい、そういった選択肢になりますね。はい。そうですね。他にご質問がなければですね、ちょっと1時間経ちますので、これで終了をしたいというふうに思います。So, actually, we don't have any more questions. So, are there anything you want to tell to future students?
No, thank you very much for having us. It was a pleasure to talk to you all about the course. And we look forward to receiving your applications and engaging in conversations with you. Thanks.
はい、ありがとうございました。はい、Thank you very much for your presentation. And then thank you, Nigareta, and then Linlin, for your presentation, and then the LinkedIn link. So I'm going to pass it to the student, and then I hope they will contact you. And yeah, thank you very much for your time today. はい、それでは本日のですね、ウェビナーを、これにて終了させていただきます。本日はですね、お忙しいところをご参加いただきまして、誠にありがとうございました。また何かご質問等ありましたら、SIUK の方にお問い合わせいただけましたら、大学の方にご連絡をさせていただくこともできますので、ぜひ、お気軽にご連絡していただけたらと思います。はい、それではありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.